Why does Neurodiversity Celebration Week matter to you? So, it matters to me because it's important to raise awareness of the neurodiverse generally. We're the poor cousins when it comes to disability awareness, and often come last in any considerations for accessibility, if at all. So, the more people are aware of and celebrate the neurodiverse, the better.
Yeah, I completely agree. So there's not much awareness of neurodiversity really at all. So it's helpful to have Neurodiversity Celebration Week just to help raise the awareness and promote inclusivity. It also prompts discussions like what we're having now about how society can better accommodate neurodivergent individuals, from educational adjustments to workplace accommodations, and just generally making environments more accessible to everyone.
That's good. So, have you seen any trends or themes you've seen on the topic of neurodiversity? Oh, yes. So, the notion that an ADHD or autism diagnosis is somehow trendy, or naughty kids needing some sort of correction, or that we're lazy. Short version, we're not. I'm seeing a lot of videos and content on social media getting some information out there, though, but half of it is incorrect. And that's very dangerous.
Mm. That's true. Although social media also has its benefits as well. So it's been good
Mm.
for building a community. And that's very much the trends and themes that I've seen. I've met so many neurodivergent people online, as well as those who want to support neuro inclusion, which for someone who's late diagnosed, it's been really nice.
That's good. So, how have you personally been impacted by neurodiversity? So, for me, it's a mixed bag. Sometimes people, when they find out, can be very kind and accommodating. Other times, less so. But more to the fact, it's just difficult to function in a world not designed for us. It's too bright, too loud, and just too much. You know, that said, the ability to hyper focus on something and get so much what done so quickly can be incredibly useful as well.
Yeah. And for me, well, like I mentioned earlier, I'm late diagnosed. So I was diagnosed with autism and ADHD at the age of 32. So I pretty much went through life for a long time, having no idea how my brain worked and just assuming either that everyone had the same struggles or wondering why I struggled with certain things such as emotional regulation. So getting a diagnosis has been huge because it's allowed me to work with my brain rather than against it. So in terms of how I've been personally impacted by neurodiversity, well, I always say that being an ADHD is the reason I am where I am now. A self-employed lawyer who is also an ADHD coach, professional speaker, and a podcast host, and that makes life pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about us being podcast hosts. Good plug there. So, what role can people play to make a more inclusive environment for neurodiverse people? So, I think above all else, people need to be more kind. Now, some neurodiverse people might take a second to figure out what people are talking about, often due to a processing delay, or just completely miss what people are saying, just to focusing so intently on whatever we're up to at that moment, a piece of work, Excel, what have you. Um, more prosaically, not having music on so loud in the office, better lighting quality so it's not so harsh. And if possible, not forcing neurodiverse people to work in open plan offices would make it far more inclusive as well.
Hmm. Yeah, so you've mentioned quite a few things there that I think sort of generally work or certainly work for us. For me, the ultimate thing is to ask neurodivergent people what environment works best for them and actually be open to listening to and learning from the experience of neurodivergent individuals. I've seen a lot of people sometimes say, are you sure you need that? But this works for everyone else. Why can't you just do that? And not actually listening to neurodivergent individuals. So that's the important thing. The first-hand experiences of neurodivergent people can provide valuable insights into how to make environments more inclusive. But also, I think it's important that people educate themselves. There's a lot of information out there. I mean, you mentioned social media also being a bad
Yeah.
thing, but there's a lot too. And if people educate themselves and others about neurodiversity and the specific needs and strengths of neurodivergent individuals, then that will lead to more awareness and that will lead to more empathy and understanding, reducing the stigma and misconceptions as well.
Hmm. It's a very good answer. So, more specifically, so as a consultant, how can a talent partner like TEKSystems support you looking or applying for a new role? So, TEKSystems can help neurodiverse people by remembering, first of all, we're people first. We're not totally defined by being neurodiverse. And primarily, you need to place candidates in positions that are suitable, avoiding the open plan environments that I mentioned where possible, because those are a sensory nightmare. And even better, if promote work from home positions or hybrid as much as possible. And keep in mind that we often bring a unique point of view and a unique set of skills that are commonly not found in the neurotypical.
Hmm. For me, I'd say an important thing is actually working with employers to review and adapt their hiring processes just to be more inclusive of neurodivergent candidates. So stuff like suggesting alternative interview techniques. So instead of multiple choice, maybe more short form answers, flexible assessment methods, and ensuring the process is transparent and accommodating. The TEKSystems can really support neurodivergent individuals by checking with employers first. Do they adapt their hiring process, but also what adjustments do they put in place for neurodivergent individuals, kind of acting like a sort of mediator. For some
Yeah,
neurodivergence, it can be quite scary to ask for adjustments. I know I've been there, especially if
yeah.
you think that that would cost you the opportunity. So if TEKSystems could offer that kind of support, then it would mean the bonus isn't on neurodivergent people to ask for the support they need.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.